Remember to wear your headphones. Enjoy the video. Yes. Welcome, students, to your first year at Greenflower Academy. I will be your professor for this course, and your first lesson shall be an introduction into magic. Because, after all, how can you know how the magic of this world works? Well, how can you perform magic if you don't know how the magic of this world works? Yes. Everybody has capability to perform magic. It's just a matter of how intent they are on using it. After all, everybody has mana in them, to the point where, in a dire circumstance, anybody could cast a spell or two when need be. It's just a matter of mana regeneration that determines whether or not you actually use it more often. But it's also a case of, like, some people are more proficient at it than others. But that does not matter in the end. What matters is why you use it, why you decide to use the magic. Because the strength is determined by your will to move on, your will to persevere, your intent on moving forward. So, fun fact, a lot of our alumni, well, the top of each, how do I word this? Yes. Of our alumni, the most proficient, well, no, proficient doesn't quite work. The most acclaimed of our alumni actually did not start out as being that proficient in magic at all, but they just have the strength to keep on going. They did not let their own weaknesses stop them. They kept moving forward. And yeah, that just goes to show that it's not natural talent that determines how proficient in magic you are in the end. It may at first, but that will not stop you in the end after all. And even then, you may be proficient, but and even just, you can be proficient in many fields, but not so much in others. After all, one of our alumni is actually a mage that was able to learn all sorts of types of magic, but he wasn't able to master potions. Which, given how he did master everything else, we let the potions credit slide. He was a very interesting student. He was always determined. Yeah, he just pursued knowledge all the time. He never stopped. He always Heck, it's even a case of, like, us teachers here. We never stop pursuing knowledge either. Because with magic there's never an end point. There never really is. After all, how can there be an end point when there's always more to learn? For the normal lifespan of a human, like, it's impossible to learn everything. It's impossible to master many aspects, but truly everything, that's a feat not many have mastered. That's a feat very few have mastered, and most of which have cultivated their abilities over the course of their life. Well then, I suppose I've gotten a little bit of the intro out of the way. I suppose I can get into the magics a little bit more. First off, I did say I was a professor. I should probably introduce yourself a bit more. My apologies. This is my first year teaching here. I actually had also, like, recently graduated from here. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to, but I graduated pretty early. Yeah, sorry, like I said, this is my first year teaching. That's why I'm not the greatest at talking. Never really was. Of course, I'll do my best to get better. Teaching this class should help, of course. Anyways, as I said previously, welcome to Greenflower Academy. I will be your professor for this year. It's you may call let's see, you can just call me Shy, or Professor Shy, whatever you prefer. I'm indifferent to it. In all honesty, like I said, I recently graduated here, so I still do feel like a student. And, well, it'll be an honor to basically learn with you guys throughout the course of this year. Anyways, let's get back into it. Yeah. I will be doing my best to teach you a lot of the aspects of magic. One of the lessons we will have will be about magical creatures, in fact. Because in a world like this, you gotta know how to deal with them. Or, well, rather, just know what they're about. Because, after all, it would be... what's the word? Narcissistic? Not quite, but I'll just go with that for now. It'll be narcissistic to think that we are the only beings that can use magic. And yes, there will be many topics to discuss of this world. I don't quite have a full plan for this year yet, but I will do my best. I will make sure I have something for every class. And if not, I can always just cancel the class for the day. Give y'all a little break. After all, I know what it's like to be a student. I know that breaks are always nice. And don't worry, there will not be much homework in this class. It's going to be a lot of hands-on work. Spells, if I were to teach some of you spells, it'll just be a case of we'll practice the spells in class. You might practice them over the course of a few days to make sure everybody gets it, and then we'll move on. Yes, there will not be any homework or anything. Yes, it'll just be a case of we'll just learn as we go. Yeah. And I suppose it's also a case of... this is something that I was told when I first started, that I feel like is an important thing to learn. Well, important thing to know. We are teaching you how to use magic. The thing is, we cannot tell you how to use it. In the end, that decision is up to you. Just be warned that if you decide to use your magic for not good purposes, that there will be consequences. Not necessarily from us, but for whatever reason, the magic does seem to have a bit of a karmic system to it. If you use it for a good purpose, your luck may go up, but if you use it for a bad purpose, your luck might go down, for example. But that it's not going to affect the strength of it at all. Like, as previously mentioned, that would be just your determination, your strength, the will to keep going, which can be in many forms. The pursuit of knowledge, protecting your loved ones, wanting to prove yourself to others, the list goes on. And it doesn't matter what your reason is in the end. It's just how determined you are to achieve it. In that sense, the pursuit of knowledge might be the hardest one to actually have a the better amount of strength in your magic, because that is something that can truly never be achieved. It's always the pursuit of more knowledge. There is no endpoint. So because of that, you are essentially pursuing eternity, in one sense of the word. Which, well, it is a good concept in the matter. It's a case of, it'll be hard to stay determined to follow that, because there is no end goal in sight. What is my reason? Well, it's a case of I want to protect those I care about. I wanted to prove to others that I can defend those I care about. I didn't learn it for myself. I learned magic to help others. And I'm still doing that today. I'm here teaching all of you now, aren't I? That's using magic to help others, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, we're teaching you how to use magic, but not the way you would decide to use it. We can teach you, let's see, an example. I'm not saying this will be on the curriculum, because it is quite advanced, but we could teach you how to unlock a lock using magic. You could use it, well, you could just use it when the circumstances is needed, or you may use it to, well, you can probably fill in the blanks what an immoral use of that would be. Yeah. But it is what it is. We're just teaching you the process of using it, not how to use it. I realize that I'm saying how to use it, but then not how to use it. It technically is correct and wrong to say that. I guess a better way to phrase it would be the process of being able to do that, rather than how you would decide to use it. Albeit, of course, we would like to hope that everybody would use it for good purposes, but I've seen it otherwise, so I can't just assume. I just wanted to get that out there immediately. Yeah. Anyways, I do look forward to this year with all of you. And sorry if this class seems a bit all over the place. It is my first one, after all, and the first class of the year. All of us are learning here. Yeah. And if any of you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. Feel free to stop me. I'll do what I can to help all of you. Even if it does take a while. My plan was to, like I said, if I were to teach you a spell, we wouldn't move on until everybody has learned how to use that spell. I don't want anyone to get left in the dust. Like I said, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I was there somewhat recently myself. And because of that, I will do what I can to make this the best experience possible for all of you. And as I also have mentioned, the best way I can think to do that would be having a lot of hands-on stuff. Stuff that you don't necessarily have to take home, or rather to your dorm, or wherever it is you're living. If you can't master something, do not let that stop you. If it's something that you just cannot get the swing of, please let someone know. Heck, you can tell me and I can take it straight to the headmaster. He and I are acquainted well. And it was actually I who helped that mage that couldn't master potions actually graduate. I was able to convince the headmaster to let that one potion class slide. Yeah, let's say, well, we started here together. We were friends. And I did whatever I could to help him. It's just a case of he just couldn't get potions mastered. And because of that, I didn't want him to just stay there for what would seem like an eternity. So I managed to find a way to talk to the headmaster, and convinced him to let my buddy, just my buddy, graduate without the potion credit. And it is because of that now that we do not make, it is now in the curriculum to where you do not have to master specific things. It's just a case of, if you can't master something, or even learn it partially, like, that's understandable. Some people just are not cut out for some things. And we will not let that stop you from going further. Far from it. We will complete. Yeah. Once again, sorry. First, I'm not the best at being in a situation like this. Just, we will help you make it through. And also to make it clear, yes, you can learn magic at any age. After all, there was another alumni here that I was also friends with, but he didn't start when we did. He started later, but he was able to, he had a purpose, and that helped him, like, make it through very quick. If I recall, he's actually a shop owner now. He has a magic shop that, if I recall, has a special service that not many people actually would buy. And before you get any ideas, it's necromancy. He mastered necromancy. It's a case of, well, it was a special class that he wanted to, it was a special magic that he wanted to learn, and like I said, we were friends, and I was able to help him talk with the headmaster, and, well, thanks to me, he was able to learn that magic, and if I recall, he uses it now to help people say a last goodbye. He's well aware of the risks of that magic, but that doesn't stop him. He just wants to help others. Help others do what he could not in the end. I look up to him. I really do. I really do. He's amazing. Yeah, so anyways, just once again, welcome to Greenflower Academy. I will be your professor, and I would just like to say, I look forward to an amazing year with all of you. Alrighty, class dismissed for now. See all of you later.